ancestors were nourished by fresh island food, sustained by the ocean, cared for by the land. They were a healthy, thriving Pacific. Today, the vibrant cultures and traditions of the Pacific are being overshadowed by a silent health epidemic. Non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer are not just health issues. They are the leading cause of premature death in the Pacific Islands, accounting for approximately 75% of mortalities. This crisis threatens the very fabric of our communities, yet it often remains in the shadows. Distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, the custodians of the land we stand on, the people of Guadalcanal, representing Papua New Guinea, I, Meha Sola, am here to shed light on the pressing issue and explore actionable solutions to safeguard the health of our people. To chart a course to a healthier Pacific, free from non-communicable diseases, I offer 3 solutions that incorporate the wisdom of our cultures whilst also embracing modernity and the solutions it has to offer. Firstly, our people must return to the land and the seas that have always provided nourishing sustenance. The increase in non-communicable diseases is largely due to a high consumption of processed foods high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. In an article published by the World Health Organization titled Food Systems, a powerful tool to prevent non-communicable diseases, by the WHO, called for people to observe a balanced diet and consume healthy food that is not harmful to their bodies. But healthy eating is nothing new to the Pacific. It has been our way. We have simply strayed the path. Whether it is taros in Samoa, the abundance of yams in the Solomon Islands, or lobster in Kiribati, let us return to the land and the seas that have always provided nourishing sustenance for our people. Secondly, our people must make healthier lifestyle choices, recognizing the importance of being physically active. Sedentary lifestyles have become too common, increasing the likelihood of non-communicable diseases. An article published by Harvard Health titled Exercise and Fitness stated that regular exercise every day is the single most important thing you can do for your health, as it decreases the likelihood of non-communicable diseases. Again, physical activity has always been part of our cultures, whether it is the canoe racing in Tonga, such as the futasi, or island cricket in Vanuatu. We must encourage our people to be more physically active. This could be done through community sports or the use of local recreational facilities. Finally, addressing this crisis requires not only traditional practices, but also the expertise of trained healthcare professionals. However, many Pacific nations face a significant shortage of doctors, nurses, and specialists, making it challenging to manage the increasing burden of non-communicable diseases. For example, in my country of Papua New Guinea, we have approximately 500 doctors serving a population of 9 million people. This is a ratio of 1 doctor to 18,000 people. These statistics highlight the crucial need of more healthcare professionals. To combat this, it is essential to expand medical education programs to train more healthcare workers and provide specialized training in areas critical for treating these diseases. In conclusion, the future of health in the Pacific is not about abandoning our past, but finding a way to blend modern healthcare with the traditional knowledge that has sustained us for generations. Our strength lies in our unity, our culture, and our resilience. As we face the health challenges ahead, we must collaborate, innovate, and invest in sustainable solutions. The Pacific is not just a region. We are a family. And like any family, when one of us is hurting, we come together to heal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss PNG. That was a very strong presentation. My question for you is, how does climate change affect public health in the Pacific Islands?
Thank you for your question. It is a fact that climate change highly affects our Pacific Island nations. In terms of health, climate change has affected the food that our Pacific Islands have access to. In terms of this, we have certain practices that are being done by different Pacific Island nations to combat this. For example, in Kiribati, because of how climate change is affecting their soil, they plant cover crops. So these crops, they gain nutrients from the air and they put back into the soil the rich nutrients that is needed for good food growth and food production and high yield. After planting cover crops, they then plant corn and other food that can help sustain them. We can learn something from the island of Kiribati. Though facing climate change and facing food shortages, they have found a way to overcome this. I believe our different Pacific Island nations can also learn from this and incorporate it into their own countries to the specific problems that they are facing, learning from Kiribati. Thank you.
That was a wonderful answer, Miss Papua New Guinea. So, unfortunately, when people hear healthy living, they think of diet culture. And today's generation of diet culture can be alarming and harmful. It can lead to certain disorders like eating disorder and malnutrition. So, as a leader, as Miss Papua New Guinea, how can you be a positive role model to combat this?
Thank you very much for your question. I would like to answer this by sharing a personal experience. So, before entering the Miss Papua New Guinea pageant, I was a really big fan of cake and lamb flaps and all the junks you can think of. When entering the pageant, my mom told me, you have to start losing weight. And I didn't like it because I didn't want to diet and stop eating all my favorite foods. But one thing that my communications person, my mentor, my big brother, Dagia, taught me was, you don't always have to starve yourself. You don't always have to live to that perception of what a beautiful woman is. It is important that you take your health into consideration, your mental health and your well-being as well. So one important thing that he taught me was the importance of portion control and controlling the amount of food you eat. It doesn't mean that you have to stop eating all your favorite foods. You only have to just take in moderate portions. And I think that's why we get along so well, is he allows me to eat everything I want, but in moderation. Thank you very much.